Am I looking dead at the camera? Cause I
Yeah,
still see. Okay.
yeah, uh-huh. All right, we ready.
Cool.
All right, how you want to start? You want to start off or you want me to say something?
Oh, we introduce. And we do the introduction.
All right, man.
Not we didn't do the regular introduction. We just do just a simple introduction. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay. Unless, I mean, if you want to just, like with the introduction we did, you play that, then we can jump straight into questions. Or you want to, like, say something?
I'll
Yeah.
say something, yeah, because I want to give a shout out to my cuz that
All
just
right,
passed.
cool. All right, we ready in three, two, one, action.
What's going on, everybody? Ultra Rays, good folks. I'm your host, Chap. We got DJ Lamar Yaz behind the camera on his DJ Flag tip. What's going on, my brother?
Oh, I'm good, man. Look, I'm sitting here looking at the screen, man. Hey, I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. I can't complain about nothing. Yo.
That's what's up, bro. I want to give a moment of silence for my cousin, man. Big O, Italian Icy, man. Y'all heard of him. Um, you know, died today. Rest in peace. Much love and peace and blessings to my family. Just want to get that out the way. And we're going to start the show. My boy going to ask me some of my thoughts. He basically rekindling some of the thoughts that I just have. I write down and I send them to him. Just, spare the moment. Be like 3 o'clock in the morning. I might think of some stuff and I just send it to him. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking of mad crazy stuff. So he going to bring some of my stuff to light so I can expound on some things. So what you got for me, man?
Yeah. All right. So look, hey, you done sent me a lot of thoughts. So ain't that really in order. So we just go get started right there, good people. This was one that I came across. We gonna start out with. You sent me one that said we create comfort.
Mm.
Expound on that a little bit.
Shit, we create comfort. I tell you, I just be thinking of shit, bro. Basically, as we on our human tip, you know what I'm saying? What we think what life is supposed to be like and what we think supposed to be granted to us, just off of the strength of being alive. What I was thinking in my own, observation is how we have to create the thing that makes our mind at ease. You know what I'm saying? It's not just going to come to us. We have to create the comfort that we desire to reside in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Like all day, I completely understand, and I agree with that thought that like we create comfort. Like we like to be in comfort zones,
Right.
and a lot of it is the comfort from where I'm feeling. It's like with the comfort, it's like we create these ideal situations, and a lot of times it's daydreaming
Right.
because we're scared to get out of our comfort zones.
Right.
You
I
know.
mean, and that's good. I mean, I don't think it's a good or bad. Like like I don't see good or bad these days. But I think it's good for your mental. Sometimes to be in the comfort zone. Um, I think it's necessary to step outside of your comfort zone, depending on what you're trying to accomplish for that moment. But comfort is where you need to be. Not just too comfortable that you just like days ago you just stuck in one spot. You know what I'm saying? Because we will get too comfortable and won't evolve. But we whatever you desire, whatever you want out there for yourself, you have to go and create it so that your life can be more at peace and not. We worry too much about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like if you worrying so much, your mind will never be in a comfortable place. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just worried about over there. You're worried about over there. You're worried about stuff that don't have nothing to do with you. So your mind will never be at peace. We don't get good sleep. We don't we our minds probably never rest because we're not comfortable in our dreams. You know what I'm saying? We never at comfortable. We have to be actively trying to create a comfort space, not just a comfort zone, a comfort environment, a whole comfort mentality. That's just my thoughts on that. I mean, there's plenty of ways that you can take it. Comfort means something different for everybody. So it's not like what my comfort for me is different than what is comfortable for you. So you have to find out what makes your mind comfortable so that you can live in a comfortable zone.
Hey, that's dope right there. That's dope right there. That was well explained. Like so going off of that, and we talking about evolving and evolution and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So like you said, we'll go a little deeper, but I like how they kind of first establishing the comfort zone and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this was a thought that you sent me. You said it took me 43 years to understand for myself why we should let slavery go.
Mm-hmm.
So like we going a little deeper with it, but we
Mm-hmm.
wanted we wanted to have some establishing point
Oh
with it.
man, they gonna kill me over this one. And it's just what irks me is that we don't really we'll hear something or see something and we don't really understand how to interpret it. So what I say, anything that I say, it's not just a surface thing. It has a meaning to it, or a deeper meaning to it. Like I'm 43, and like for most of my life, I've been pro-black most of my life. I was so pro-black that I didn't even like army people, bro. Like they were like the enemy to me. Like
Oh man.
it's crazy. Like I was thinking about that today. Like dang, I was really deep in it. Like, but
Hmm. We all go through them phases.
yeah, like how you just mad? How you mad at the people that's making sure that you got freedoms and stuff? But back to the topic. When we say let go of slavery, I think people look at it like, oh, you want to forget what the ancestors did, what your forefathers had to endure for us to get what we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what it means for me. You know what I'm saying? However people take it, that's on their own interpretation. I can't control how they perceive things or how they understand things. I just say it because this is how I feel. But for me, it took me that long to realize that, you know, holding on to a certain aspect of what slavery meant, it kind of stagnates us as a people because we're still trying to, we're trying to relive an event in history that we never went through, and
True.
we're not
True.
going through today. We think we are because for me, I think that we some spoiled brats because we live in a country that basically allow us to do anything. So we have the freedom to believe whatever we want. And yes, slavery did happen, but slavery happened. Right now we have to make what's happening right now happen. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we still hold on to that, oh y'all did us wrongs and slavery type stuff, like what are we focusing on really? Like, okay, yes, slavery happened, but what can we do now to progress? If that's what we desire as a people, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah,
what are
definitely.
we gonna what can we hold on to that's going to push us forward? That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? That was my main point of like really letting go. Like you don't have to nobody can erase your history. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as you alive. History might not be relevant for a future generation of you know what I'm saying? But if they're able to survive without the knowledge of that history, why is that a bad thing? You know what I'm saying? If they're progressing, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can keep the tradition of what your forefathers went through, going on, passed on word of mouth, whatever. But like, I'm not worried about what you know my great grandfathers or grandparents and did right now because we have a whole different civilization, a whole different society to move to navigate through. So I chose to basically let go of the emotion of slavery. I still have the knowledge of slavery, but I don't have the emotion, the anger of damn, this is what they did to my people. Because for me, I think our people are in a good place. I mean, I don't think that we physically oppressed. I don't think that, anything that I think that we go through, I think that it's a mental thing. And I think that because we're trying to hold on to something that, we didn't get to experience, but the thought, the idea of that experience makes us, want to grab on to something because we really, we were taken from a country we brought here. We don't have, the knowledge of our true history and stuff like that. But nothing matters. I mean, that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. What matters is what we do now and forward. And that's just my thoughts on that part of letting go of slavery.
Good point. Good point. I know the people should definitely understand where you're coming from.
Should.
But we go keep it. We go try to put these thoughts on a timeline as far as keeping them going together. So talking about the history of slavery, not per se the history, but more so just understanding that it is a part of history, but don't let it be your future and don't bear on it as if it is the future.
Yeah, and my main thing with that is I think like we're in the year 2025, and we got black people. Some black people still believe that there is a fine line between freedom and slavery in the year of 2025, and that's just like I don't understand how we can believe that with like, okay, we got our justice system, we got the legislative system, we vote and stuff like that. We believe that if we vote a certain way or don't vote a certain way, that people that legislate us will send us back into slavery. Like, what do we really think about your government? If you believe that about your government, why do you even support the government, period? If it's just the matter of, okay, we vote, now they back in slavery. That don't even really make sense. And it's like, it's hard to deal with a mindset that believes that just in that constant state of fear of all the time. Like, you really fear that we really don't understand humans, because if you know humans of 2025, you know damn well we're not even useful as slaves. Like, the stuff that, like, what would we be doing? We don't even work to make money. Like, we're not even employable today, like, for the most part. I mean, some of us, where we making it, we managing, but like for the vast majority, you can hire somebody to lay down and they will get up and like, we are some lazy people, man. It's not just black people, it's people, period. Like, but as far as us thinking about like getting back into slavery, like, what are we really talking about? Like, where are we really at mentally? You know what I'm saying? And
we don't think we citizens. Like, we don't think we are a valuable part of society. Like, we play a role in society. You can't just wipe out, or you get what I'm trying to say. Like,
I mean, to me, like I said, common sense is not common, but it just makes sense to me. Like, it's not hard to wipe out. Like, if they wanted to wipe us out, we would easily be wiped out. I mean, we was holding up a line for a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Like, it was traffic backed up for chicken sandwiches.
A chicken sandwich.
If they wanted to wipe us out, if they really hated us that much, just the white people, whatever government, whoever you think is the enemy, if they're so powerful and they really wanted to wipe us out, what is stopping them from doing so? The other white people? Like, what are we thinking? What do we have? Well, like, what is really going on in our minds? Like, it's just crazy to me. But I mean, I understand that, when you're in that constant state of fear, like, nothing is impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wake up, we go to work, we eat whatever we want. We're not forced to eat fast food. It's there because there was a desire for it. Like we got lazy, we don't want to cook. Oh, we can grab a quick meal. Like we're not forced to eat unhealthy stuff. And yeah, you might say, oh, healthy food costs more. You can grow your own food. You don't
True.
have to depend on anybody else for the convenience of your needs. We just don't want to do it. But man, what was the question? I forgot.
All right, so look, we go kind of stay in this lane, and you sent me a thought that said, in regards to white people, black people, we're not speaking about racism. We
Right.
just in general. But the thought was, white people love themselves more than black people.
Mm.
They care more about their race than they hate other races.
Mhm.
Black people see hate because they really don't understand love.
Mm.
White people love themselves so much that they enslaved another people to build their people.
Mhm. And then not just white people did that, but we talk about slavery, we talk about racism because our forefathers were enslaved by their forefathers.
Right.
But, I mean, and what I try to get people to understand is, your perception of reality, your perception of what happened is the reality of what happened, and we don't understand that. We only see the negative because we were on the negative, if you want to call it the negative end of that spectrum, that slavery spectrum. But I mean, if you beat somebody up for 20 years straight, you don't owe them nothing. If they keep losing, like you don't owe them what it is. That's just that is the results of the battle that y'all had. I mean, and that's a simple way of putting what happened to us during slavery, not to diminish it, but I mean, where are we? Like, we're not in a bad place. Like, slavery happened, and look where we are. I mean, and what people really don't want to hear is, the culture that we love so much, the black culture, it would not even exist if slavery had not happened. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Would it? I mean, why would we have the need for hip hop?
Right. And that's the biggest cultural influence in the world.
Right. There would be no reason for it. Like, and then we want to, take the baby with the bath water, whatever, how you say that. But, it's really how you perceive things, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So the thought that you sent me was, white people love themselves more than black people.
Gotcha.
They care more about their race than they hate other races. Black people see hate because they really don't see love. White people love themselves so much that they enslaved another people to build their people.
Right. And yes, slavery happened everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But we're dealing with, the African Americans and the Caucasians in America. That part of slavery, and what my thought on that is, we're basically saying, like, we're gonna look at it in a negative light because we were on the negative end of that slavery spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that there is a good or bad thing to life. Life just is what it is. Unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to see it, slavery happened. How people went through it. I don't think that we are in a negative space as far as African Americans. But we're going to look at them in that light, because we hold on to we don't know how to understand history. We don't know how to understand humans, the art of war, what happened to us, like what we can't even see the benefit of our existence through the slavery because we hold on to the negative aspect of it so much. It's not that saying that slavery was a benefit, and I don't believe nothing is ordained by anything because we're not dealing with God or morals at this point, in this conversation. We're just dealing with, what happened and the results and where we are now, and like the thought of like what we really have to grasp is the culture that we love so much as a people would not even exist had not slavery existed, because what would be the purpose, what would be the use for rap music? We wouldn't, if we were not here, we wouldn't, first of all, we wouldn't be speaking English. We wouldn't have rap music. We would probably have music because Africans have music, but we are proud of black culture, the hip hop culture that would not exist. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a pill that we gotta swallow. We can't have the good and not have the bad, because one wouldn't exist without the other. That's why I don't look at things as a good or a bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just an action that happened, and this is a result of that action. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot to it. It's a lot to unpack. But I think that we look at white people hate black people, but I just think that I don't think that white people like any people. I don't think they like themselves. You know what I'm saying? We're just here with them, so we witness a lot of the hate and we go through a lot of hate, but they fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Throughout history, that's what they have done. They don't just hate black people. They don't like anybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't even like, each other. We don't like anybody either. And we just didn't, go as far as enslaving the people. But in Africa, there was slavery. It happened all over the world. But, we're dealing with African Americans. We just, it's our perception is our reality. And I keep reiterating that, because what we perceive, that's the reality that we exist in our minds, because that's what we think. Oh, this was an evil thing, so God has to intervene. But man, in reality, it happened. This is where we are. They did it because they wanted to progress their people. You know what I'm saying? And if we're dealing with, white people, they wanted to see white people on a higher pedestal. That doesn't mean, they only targeted, they targeted whoever they can get. And unfortunately, our people were a part of that, whatever they could get, because they wanted to elevate their race. Their whole objective is to elevate their race. You know what I'm saying? And we just don't love ourselves enough to have done something about it. That's just the bottom line. Like, if we really felt some type of, we really wanted to see a change about it, we would have done something about it. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't we do anything about it? Why are we still asking about slavery, 400 years later? Why are we still trying to get a people that we believe are so evil and wicked to give us something? Like, we can't think those two things in the same mind. That's a total contradiction. They're evil, they're wicked, they're the devil, but we're still asking them for reparations. Like, who does that? But we just don't love each other enough to uplift ourselves. We spend money. We can make black people a wealthy population in America, but we don't do that because we don't love ourselves enough to do that. We make certain ones of us rich because of, we went through slavery. Now we got sports, we got entertainment, we the best singers, we the best dancers, we the best sports players. How would we even have that? I mean, you got to look at everything in totality. I mean, but it's hard. It's hard. I know it's difficult when you want to, blame. You want to be able to blame something on the condition that we're in now. And it's easy to look back and say, oh, yeah, our people went through slavery. But when our people got out of slavery, we were prospering. And then, yeah, it's wicked white people, it's wicked black people. And yes, wicked white people, destroyed some towns, some things that we tried to build. That is not stopping us from doing that right now. Like, if you have a fear that that's going to happen again, why are you even talking about black power? Why are you even talking about, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that? You don't even think that it's possible. So if you don't think that it's possible, why are you talking about it? Like, that's just really talking out two sides of your neck.
Good point. Good point.
And we don't love each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't.
So when you speak on condition, would you say it's conditioning for us to be this way?
Um, I mean, they say that it's easy to convince the people of a lie than to convince them that they've been lied to.
Good point.
Because the first thing that we believe, our mind is going to convince ourselves that it's the truth. And it's going to take a heck of a lot to reverse that thought process. So, yeah, for me, I don't even know if this is one of the questions, but I don't think that bringing up slavery is conducive for what black people think they want for black people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hold on, say it, slow down a little bit and say it one more time for me.
I don't think that the Black Power movement. I think Black Power is cool. You love your race. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I love black people. I'm black. You know what I'm saying? But I don't just. That's not my identity. I don't think that holding on to the slavery aspect is conducive and like pushing that. Oh yeah, we need something for slavery. We went through slavery. We're in this condition because of slavery. I don't think that is conducive to what we think, to what I believe black people want for black people. I think that we want black people to be way up here, but if we understand humans, if you're giving them a reason to be down here, they're not going to think that they can elevate up here because they think that someone has a foot on their neck. That's not conducive if you want black people to do for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
Yeah, it happened, but that don't matter. What we can do now is from here on, we can do this. Like, we don't have to worry about what white people did to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we see that black people can prosper. We see that black people can be anything in the world. We had a black president 8 years. You know, everybody voted for Barack. I mean, everybody and their mama voted for Barack. I think I even voted for Barack, and I wasn't even voting at the time. But you know, why not? He was a black president, first black president. I mean, but you know, we something else, man.
So
I just don't think that is. I don't think that that's what we should be pushing. I think that you can learn your history without pushing a negative to create a positive. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want a positive, then leave the negative out. Just speak the positive. And I said something about Facebook. I said something about this on Facebook the other day. When Charlie Kirk, you know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk passed, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool, because that's what I was going to. I was going in that direction. So go ahead.
We're going to segue into the Charlie Kirk. We ain't going to get too much on it because, you know, people, you feel how you want to feel about the man, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, you know what I'm saying? You are not a part of white culture, so you don't understand the significance he had for white people. So people talking about, oh, you're comparing him to Martin Luther King. You celebrate Martin Luther King. They don't. Like, he is our hero. He's not their hero. We were fighting for civil rights. He is fighting for something political that they think is higher than what we think the civil rights movement was. So you can't compare the two, but you can't diminish what he meant for them. They're going to celebrate him the way they want to celebrate. We don't have to. You don't have to even acknowledge him. All we have to do is worry about what we're doing as a people that we want to, generalize ourselves as black people. What are we doing? We don't have to worry about who they celebrate, who they assassinate. You don't have to celebrate his death. You don't even have to speak on him. Like, if you don't like him, fine. He's dead. He's no longer a worry for you. Why was he a worry for you in the first place? Because he's speaking the thing that you think is like that everybody should have, free speech. You're worried about his thoughts. His thoughts do not matter if your thoughts are positive about yourself. Like, but what was I saying?
We was talking about just Charlie Kirk, not talking about Charlie Kirk, but just how we should love ourselves and focus more on highlighting the positives in our community instead of highlighting the negatives. If you if you get the balance beam and you put the more light on the positives, it'll outweigh the negatives.
Exactly. Like I seen more people talking down on Charlie Kirk than I've seen people. And I use Dr. Umar. You know
That was next. I was about to
I use him as an example.
Yeah.
There's black people that's like, he's not a good representative, but that's not the point. There are black people that's doing positive things that you can highlight.
Mm-hmm.
You can highlight all those wonderful things, but for the Dr. Umar argument, why, if we care so much about the black movement, black power, why are we not like promoting? Why do we allow him to be, to fail in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Why are we not supporting him? Like, oh, he was a scam, or he was taking money. We get scammed every day by the so-called white man. Why we can't? At least he was trying to build a school. If you think that's what he was doing, if you think he wasn't, then you have a negative thought about a black person. I thought the whole goal was, supporting black people. That's what we was pushing, right? Like, highlight the good in the blacks. You don't have to worry about what white people doing that's negative, because in actuality, it's not affecting you. You get up, you go to work. The next day, you eat, you do everything that you was gonna do the day before. You do the next day. Like we complain, we worry about this, we worry about that, but you're gonna keep the same cycle the very next day. If we want to highlight black stuff, highlight black stuff. That is more conducive to the movement that I think black people think they want for black people. And that's what I'm talking about on that. But what you got on Charlie Kirk, man?
Like, so let's say when you say highlight the positives. So in a sense, like last week, it was a big uproar about Charlie Kirk and the things that he said and the things that he stood for and the things this, and we don't like him because he's trying to tear our people down.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally like a week ago. But now this week, the hypocrisy of our people is Cardi B. And the thing is, it's like, I have nothing against Cardi B or the people who love Cardi B.
I love Cardi B. I'm gonna just let that be.
Yeah, and I listened to her album. It was actually a good album. I was ready to hate, but I couldn't hate. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But saying that to say is that even with Cardi B, her music is not being highlighted. It's the stories behind everything in her marriage and all of that stuff.
Right.
But it's like. Right. But the things that are being uplifted and highlighted about this, and the reason I even brought it up dealing with this situation, because this guy, Charlie Kirk, said this and said that and said this about our people. But literally the next week, we uplifted everything that's literally a face, a visual to a lot of the stuff
he was saying.
He was saying. And it's like, yeah, just uplift the positive. Even if, instead of arguing, even if we talking about Cardi B, don't argue about the negative. Argue about her being a strong woman and raising her kids, being successful.
Right.
Why is the argument about the infidelity and all of this extra stuff? At the end of the day, that's just human. They just being humans.
That's it.
You can't. It's not like an outrageous situation. That's really truly a normal situation.
Very normal, right.
So it's like, why highlight all of the negativity in that when we can highlight the positives of, the successes and all of this extra stuff, the grind and everything.
Well, she broke a Guinness World Record. Man.
Right. And that's what's crazy about it. Cause so going back to Charlie Kirk and like tying everything into each other, it's like, we have to learn how to have more discernment as far as information goes, because we really get caught up in headlines. Thanks. Because a lot of us truly didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. Oh, like and you know what's crazy? When I heard the name, I didn't who. I had to look at a couple videos and still didn't know until I seen a video with him and Candace Owens, and that's when I was like, oh, that's the dude.
Right.
But I never knew his name. I never researched him. He never came across my timeline. The only reason I seen that video was because Candace Owens came across my timeline. And so saying that to say is that I get what he was saying, but on average in our daily lives, this stuff on the internet really don't have a lot of true weight on our regular everyday lives.
Exactly.
But yet those moments, we allow those moments to divide to the point where it's like you would think in a moment like this that you would see black people in other cultures beefing online.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got a white man getting unalived by another white man at a private right institute.
Mm-hmm.
But yet in Utah, but yet we got us black people beefing with each other and unfriending each other and all of this stuff over something that's irrelevant.
All because we agreed with some topics that he spoke on.
And then
All
literally
because of that.
the next week, we seen firsthand the topics that he spoke on. And so, so I ain't gonna,
And that's the thing, you can like some points that a person
right.
make.
That don't mean you have to like the
right.
person. Like we have to learn how to, in a sense, separate the message
right.
from the messenger.
And I heard a guy say something like, I think he was a psychologist. What he basically said was, if you agree with anything that anybody says 100%, then you have a sort of schizophrenia or psychosis going on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nobody agrees with anything anybody says 100%.
100%. Well, because that go back to what we were saying, because the comprehension level of people ain't the same. So, right. So it's almost impossible to agree with somebody 100% because I don't see what your eyes see. My eyes, I don't interpretate. We both looking at the same thing, but we both got different interpretations of what we see.
Exactly. And that's the thing I try to push to everybody. Like, it doesn't matter what you see.
Mm-hmm.
That reality is only relative to your understanding and your mind. We're both here. We both see the same thing, but we're not seeing the same thing. Like, and until you realize that you will always mischaracterize, misjudge somebody because you think you should see the same thing that I'm seeing. We're both standing here. So there's no reason why you don't understand the same way I understand. And we spoke about it in another video, like children raised in the same home.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be two different people. Because we're not living the same life. And that's why I understand what Charlie Kirk was saying about empathy isn't real. Because it's you can never feel what I feel. I can just tell you what I went through.
Right.
And you can sympathize with that, but you can't feel the thing that I'm feeling because we're two totally different individuals living two totally different realities. So I can try to, concoct, the emotion. Because I think I'm taught that, okay, if this happened, I'm supposed to feel sad. So you telling me a sad story, yeah, I could think, oh yeah, that's very sad. But empathy, I can never feel what you felt because I didn't. Even if I went through the same thing, I'm still going through something totally different.
True that.
So yeah, sympathy is the thing. And, and people was using that. Like he didn't have empathy, so he deserved to die. Like, where are we as a people? Like, because a person didn't agree with their thoughts, you think that they should die? Like, I was looking at a video of a professor speaking to college students, and he was asking them, it's just recently happened, after the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. He was asking them, like, well, what do you fear will come from this? And most of them were, liberal, left-wing, children being, but they were like, their fear was that somebody else might come up and carry on his mission. That was the fear. You fear that somebody else might have free speech because you don't agree with what they're saying, and someone was saying like, oh, the guns, like, yeah, but somebody was killed for their thoughts. And then, side note for Black people, and I made a post about it on Facebook. What sense does it make to bring up a civil rights leader being killed for their thoughts and opinions if you don't think it was a good thing? Because if you think it was a good thing that Charlie Kirk was killed for his speech, then you're saying it was a good thing for the civil rights people to be killed for their speech. Like, what we don't think about the stuff that we... Martin Luther King was killed. Okay, so you think that was good? No, you didn't like it. So it's not a good thing in this case either. Like we be on some crazy stuff, man. But That's humans, man. Like you giving a justification for a murder, but you're not going to use that justification for the white people to kill the people that you support. You're not going to do that. That's why it doesn't make sense. Like we just like to be involved. We don't really know how to mind our own business, and we worry about everything. Like we worry about everything that we don't even know how to mind our own business. If we minded our own business, we wouldn't be in a lot of stuff that we in, and we would be able to. Okay, let's implement this. Like if black people were like, okay, let's implement this, and really put our minds to it, we can do that. But we don't know how to just stick with ourselves, and we don't know how to mind our own business. We want to, we gotta see video of people just on video mocking the deaf, like doing gestures of that deaf. Like, what are we talking about? That ain't even have nothing to do with us. Like, mind the business that we create and that pays us.
True.
But,
True. Like we don't know how to keep some conversations in the living room. Like everything, like even if you felt happy or
Right.
whatever, rejoice. But just in our history as a people, that's how you can tell. Like when I say the generation's different, I don't mean age wise. I just mean what's acceptable is different. Because I just remember growing up, you don't speak about death in that way out of respect. Everything was out of respect.
Bro,
So like
we used
even
to fight if you knocked my mom off my
Right.
shoulder, because if she did, that was like the worst thing you
the
could
worst
say.
thing, yeah. So it's like to see people publicly mocking and laughing and making memes. It's like, okay, if you did all of that, those conversations should stay in your group chat.
In your group chat.
Because what people don't understand is like in the world of the internet, not even just social media, but now that you have AI and everything, like just your group of friends on Facebook are not the only people that's going to see your
that.
stuff.
Right.
Like if when you scroll down your timeline nowadays, you might see 2 friends, but you go see 30 other people that they suggesting to you now.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, so now it's like, well, these people on here saying this, these people on here saying that. That's because y'all stuff is getting shared, and so it's like, oh, word, that's how they talking. Also, now we about, like I seen somebody say, oh, how did this lead to a black college getting threatened? But it's like, because y'all inserted yourselves in their business.
You're laughing at something that they hold dear.
Right.
You're worried about how did we get involved. You inserted yourself, as you just said. Like, we did not have to say nothing. We don't understand, like, everything you say. Like, free speech is free, but there are repercussions for
Right.
it. So now you wondering why you didn't get hired, because you got on your Facebook post all of this negative stuff that your employer can go look at and see. I don't like this type of individual. I don't want this individual in my company, because of the stuff that you chose to publicly disclose that you didn't have to.
It just shows character.
Right. Like, if you laughing at his death, like, what would you do to my family? What would you do about my family?
Right.
Just because I'm a conservative. You're going to laugh at that too? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, man. You alienate yourself, and you basically shut off avenues that you can have just because you want to publicly, be whatever it is, and laugh and mock, and you're complaining that you can't do it. That was just mind-boggling to me. We got people complaining that they can't publicly mock a deaf, bro.
So then when you take that and you speak about racism, it's like, no, I'm not, like you say about the job thing. I'm not hiring you because you're black. I'm hiring you because you're showing bad character traits.
Right.
But in turn, that leads to, well, they not doing this to us because I'm black. And it's like, you got to stop blaming everything on being black, right, and start taking accountability for just your characteristics. I'm not even saying that's at the end of the day, when it comes to stuff like this, like, you know how people say social media ain't real, but social media will actually show you a person's real self quicker than in person.
Yes, sir.
Because in person, if somebody is ugly, you might go look them dead in the face and say they ugly.
Right.
But on social media, you alone with your thoughts, and you not thinking about this person might smack me if I say this. But not even just that. Like, just think about the way people shoot they shot on social media versus in person.
Right.
Rejection is a lot easier.
Right.
Online.
1,000 more.
Yeah, versus in person. Like, people ain't gonna walk like in our day we had to do that, or you would just go be alone, a lonely soul.
Hey.
But
I was a lonely soul.
Yeah. Man. So now it's like, but you can, and it's like you can say the craziest stuff.
Man, now, Twitter fingers, you hear me?
You feel what I'm saying? And so saying that to say is that, but that's the stuff you was really thinking.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna say that. You ain't gonna say that.
You're gonna go beg the white man that you think is the devil for a job.
Right.
Like, if you work for yourself and you don't care about none of the repercussions that come from that, and that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. But it's people that need stuff from other people that's doing things that those other people don't like, and then have an attitude if they don't get represented or if they don't get those needs don't get fulfilled. Like, what I know what we're doing. We just crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we can't seem to mind our own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand why old folks never talked about politics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get it. The world was a lot. Everybody was friends because we don't talk about our political things.
Right.
Nowadays we don't understand that we don't have to agree on everything. We don't. Right. That's the reality. But today, if you don't, man, I'm looking at a post on Facebook. One of the actors, after Jimmy Kimmel got sat down, suspended, he made a post. In the beginning of the post, he's making it seem like he renewed his Disney subscription. Then he flip it at the end and like, I renewed it just so I can cancel it again. So I go to the comments, see people. Oh, my finger was waving over the unfollow button. So you was ready to just unfollow a person because of they wanted to support they want to watch movies. Like, they chose to keep their Disney subscription. You were going to unfollow and cancel this person in your mind. How petty are we, man? Every comment, boy, you had me. Like, I was ready to unfollow you. I thought you was going off the edge because of his decision to keep a subscription, because Disney decided that those actions didn't go against what they deem is appropriate at a time. Like, we are wild, man.
And you know what's crazy about like that thought? That thought goes further than just us as black people. Like, now
it
like,
was white people.
Like, we're at a point now to where I'm realizing that it's like, this is not a black thing, a white thing. This is a people thing.
It's a human thing.
A human thing. Like, it's not really a lot of differences amongst the cultures and things no more.
It's not. It's just the traditions that we chose to practice that separates us. You know what I'm saying? We in the hood, so we make do with hood things. They're not in the hood. But we're all the same people.
Right.
You can find the ratchets over here, they just call them something different. Mm-hmm. They might call them rednecks. You know what I'm saying? You find the wealthy over here, you got the hostility black people over here. It's the same thing over, and it's all over the world. We are just here, and we're so stuck here. We're not even stuck here, but we're so here, and we're so entrenched in the privilege that we have that we don't even understand that what is really going on is not just a black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? It is a human thing. Humans do not like humans. There have been wars fought all throughout history. We kill each other. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for me, it's not a right or wrong. If you have something that's valuable, you have to protect it. If you don't have something that's valuable, you're going to go get it. The first law of the universe is self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
People are going to do what they feel the need to do to survive. If you're on the bad end of that, if you have something that's valuable, you better be able to protect it. or somebody's going to come and get it. That is natural. Like, you don't look at what's going on in nature and be like, oh man, that lion is so wicked. He's eating the gazelles. He's sneaking up on them. Like, look at the left. Like, that is what happens. If you jump in the water, the sharks are going to eat you. It is the same mentality in the human world. We're just not in water. If you're lacking, people are going to take from you. And we're just, we use intelligence to a degree. I don't think we're an intelligent species, but, we use it for our benefit. If I know that I can get you by acting like I love you, I'm going to get it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different method. But that's how we are, man. It's like we just can't seem to separate, the human from the animal. Like, well, we did separate that. We just don't understand the correlation. Like, we're really animals, man. Like, we're just humans. We have the ability to understand we are, the best of the animals. People like to say, "Oh, we're not animals, man." Well, we're actually worse than animals. Animals do what animals supposed to do. We don't even know what a human is supposed to do. Nobody can tell you that because we have been domesticated over time. We are Homo sapiens, and we got some mix with some other humanoid species, but we don't know what a Homo sapien is supposed to be doing in nature. We created society. So now we have rules in society to follow. Like, who's to say what? You know what I'm saying? If we left monkeys, or we gave monkeys monkeys train each other, whatever they do, like, decided to I don't even know if they ever I don't know. We don't know what the hell can happen. We here, you know what I'm saying? Anything is fucking possible, but man, we just don't understand that, this is just the laws of the world. And when you apply morality to the laws of the world, that is when you get, everything all distorted. There's no moral to it. Moral is only because you inserted God into the equation. It's just, I needed this, I got it. If I can't protect it, I lose it. That's just the bottom line. That's how I see it, man.
Good point.
And I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying y'all don't have to believe me, but I'm not in a state of my mind wondering why things are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm at peace because I understand. Okay, this is just the life, and what I try to do is I try to get people to understand. You can either waste your life trying to prove somebody wrong or try to be right, but what is that going to get you in the end? You're going to spend your whole life fighting an invisible battle when you can just live peacefully.
So with that, this the last one I'm gonna ask you, but it's going off of what you just said. Let me find it real quick. You said some of us are going to spend our whole lives complaining about the thorns when all we have to do is smell the roses. Live your life, good folks. Ultra Rays.
Yeah, man, and that's basically what I was alluding to. Like, we're gonna spend people have been born and died fighting the battle of oppression. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being black is touchy talking about stuff, man, because we really don't want to hear anything that opposes, our mentality. You know what I'm saying? We think that, okay, we're supposed to be fighting this mission against white people. We gotta come up, instead of just realizing I have a good life. My kids are healthy. I'm healthy. I have a home. I have a car. I have income. I can eat where I want to eat. I can vacation when I want to vacation. Smell your roses. You know what I'm saying? Smell your roses. You worried about the thorns around the rose. Just look at the rose and smell the rose. You don't need to pick it. Just smell it. Look at your life and value the good things that are in it. You don't have to spend your whole life worrying about the history of black people. That is not on you. That already happened. There's nothing you can do to change it. There's nothing you can do to alter anything. We can't go back in time. All we have to do is focus on the flowers in front of us, man. And that's just what I try to get it out, man. I try to reach at least one person, and it's I would say it's tiring, but I mean it is and it ain't, because it's in me to say. I say, I mean, people can take it. I tell you, it's your prerogative. You can understand what I'm saying or not. But if you want peace in your own mind, understand that your life is not bad. Your life, you have a good life. All you have to do is take control of it. Stop and smell the roses. Understand that there is some good, and there is good. There's wicked people in the black community. There's wicked people in the white community. There's good in the black community. There's good in the white community. There's good everywhere. There's bad everywhere. There's not going anywhere. As long as humans exist, there will always be something. You know what I'm saying? Racism is the topic. Racism not going anywhere. But racism is not stopping you from doing anything that you want to do in your own personal life until it does. And that can go for a black person, that can go for a white person. I know black people that talk just as much smack about white people that white people talk about black people. None of us like each other. And that is okay. You don't have to like everybody. Just mind your business. Worry about the family that you create. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't interrupting this family that I built, then it don't matter. It really don't matter. Those are your flowers, man. Worry about these flowers right here. What else you got, man?
Hey, that's dope right there. That's dope. Yeah, we got a good hour over here.
Oh, that's an hour piece.
Yeah. So give or take, minus a few pauses here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, we got a good hour though. So what you think though?
I think it's good, man.
Yeah, I can tell you it looks great. Okay. Like I've been looking at the camera, like it looks great. Yeah, man. So like, how you wanna
end it off? Okay.
Hey, I ain't even gonna front. The way you ended that last thought though, that was dope right there. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Well, we got the outro recorded already.
Yeah, like I ain't even want to jump in because I was like, yo, hey, you put your heart in that last one.